Next, I would like to bring up another very important member of our team, Mr. Shaub. Shaub is now our VP of Sales and also Business Development. Shaub came to us from Silicon Image, where for the last 10 years he ran all the sales function at Silicon Image. Prior to that, Shaub has had many executive positions with Sun Microsystem in marketing and sales. I'm very glad to have Shaub today.
Thank you, Ting. Good morning. I'm very excited to be at Sigma. I think we have an enormous opportunity ahead of us, and Sigma has the widest product and technology portfolio to be able to service our markets and our customers. And our strategy is very focused at the needs of the service providers. Our strategy is very focused at building the ecosystems with our hardware partners, our software partners, our retail partners, as well as our ODM and OEM manufacturers that can deliver the end user product to our service providers. Our focus is to be able to support the service provider business strategy and be able to support them to create new revenue models and new business opportunities and new services to their customers. So rather than me talking about the service provider business, I would like to invite one of our key service provider partners. Today we have Verizon with us, and we have the Director of Consumer Product Management, and Shaub, that will be able to share with you how they're rolling out new services to their customers with our home control automation products. And welcome. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name's Ann Shaub, and I'm with Verizon Communications, and I'm the Director of Consumer Product Marketing. We're very, very excited at Verizon to be rolling out our new home control product suite here by the end of June. We demoed this at CES. We were recognized by CNET as a finalist in the new product category. Just a huge, huge nod that we're putting a bet in an area that we think has finally evolved, that the industry that's been dabbling with this for some time now has really kind of gotten all of its ducks in a row. So some of the things that we've watched for that have kind of helped us dictate our timing and our model for what we're doing are a few things. One is there's just an enormous amount of IP connectivity going into homes today. Broadband connectivity is really rich. Verizon has, I think, a really exceptional suite of broadband connection items to its customers. We have our high-speed internet with plans to expand and continue to bring greater bandwidth into our high-speed internet homes. We have our Fios TV product suite that brings, I have Fios TV at home. I have symmetrical 30 meg. I mean, hard to believe that I can remember when I was hoping I could get that 56 kilobits into my house, right? But now we have just a really rich bandwidth, and our wireless arm with their foray into LTE really just rounds out our ability to come into the home with broadband solutions that give customers the connectivity they want. Also, you've just really seen an explosion over the past several years with respect to smart handsets. A few years ago, the iPhone was coming on board, Android phones were coming on board, but you look today and the amount of connected devices and how people are using them, right? They're not, my children have phones. I don't think they talk on them. I don't think the concept of talking on a phone is something that really they relate to particularly well, but they do know how to interconnect with it. Luckily, they've not figured out how to download videos because I don't know what my phone bill would look like, but the idea that you can take these handsets, these connected devices, tablets, you look what's emerging that whole space and how people are using them to connect back. Those things together, along with just this very extensive amount of IP peripherals that are available in the home. And so as we went into this and we looked for partners to help get us there, Sigma was a partner that we quickly identified that their Z-Wave technology was something that was going to serve us well as we moved into how to bring these IP peripherals into the home. And so we set about a journey to create an ecosystem in the home one that really focused first and foremost on the consumer. And we had to make this something that consumers could connect with, relate to, and adopt as a part of the way that they live their life. And so one of the things that we looked at was how are people using these IP peripherals today? And you can buy a camera and download an app. You can get a door lock and download an app. You can do lots of things and download an app. But what was missing was this really unified experience that Verizon believed was really essential to take us forward and really make a difference. And so we did just that. We looked at the peripherals that were out there. We looked at the ability to allow them to play off each other, and through one single unified portal, whether your choice was a dashboard, like any IP-connected PC, or a smartphone, or if you had Fios TV and you wanted to get to us through one of the widgets, but it was a way for you to interact with those devices that were in your home in a way that allowed them to play off each other. So it was the idea that if you had a motion sensor on the door leading in from the garage, and I mean, how many of us have opened up that garage door and it's late and it's dark and tripped over whatever's sitting there in the hall, backpacks, lacrosse sticks, toys, and rather now with our integrated home control services, you open up that door and the light in the kitchen goes on because I've got a Z-Wave controlled device that's on the door and I've got a Z-Wave controlled module that's turning on that light when I trip that connection. Or how many people have been 5 miles away from the house and thought to themselves, did I shut the garage door? And now all of a sudden, safety first, we pull over to the side of the road, we pull up our app on our handset, and now we can see into our house and we can check that camera that was in the garage to make sure that that door was shut. Or how many people have been at the office and they gotten the phone call from the kid saying, I lost my key. And now they can go on to their computer and they can actually unlock that back door for the kids. So there's all kinds of ways that we've used these devices. We've leveraged our relationships with Sigma and with Ingersoll Rand and with others to really help us bring together a way to bring a suite of rich home monitoring services as well as energy control services, so that as customers want to become more engaged with how they consume energy, they want to understand how they're using energy in a way that lets them make smart decisions. And so we have devices in the home that give you a whole house view into how you're using electricity. And then we have individual appliance modules that allow you to understand how any one device might be impacting your total consumption model. So if you run your dehumidifier 24 hours a day, and you're wondering, I wonder if that's costing me a lot. While we may not translate for you what the cost to you is, you can certainly understand how that device, sitting in the context of all energy consumed, is driving your overall consumption model. And then we take that through our various portals, right, and we allow you to interact with it. And the experience could be different based on the real estate available to you. So on your smartphone, you may just see a bar graph showing you what you're using. On your TV, you may be able to see more about how you're using that energy, and so it pops up onto the TV. But on that computer, you're actually able to not only see how you're using it, and so we've partnered with trusted partners to break it down so that if kilowatt hours and carbon footprint aren't in the way that you digest your energy information, perhaps understanding how many tanks of gas you're using or how many trees in the rainforest you're impacting. You can look at that and you can start to understand how what you're using impacts your consumption. And it's through using the leverage of all these devices in the home that really helps us get there. So we're very excited. We're rolling this product out. We think that there's lots of really interesting things. You know, there was a slide up here about how many Z-Wave devices are going to be in the home, right? And so I tallied it up real quick. We're launching with 3 kits. The first kit has 2 Z-Wave devices in it. The second starter kit has 4 Z-Wave devices in it. And the whole house kit has 5 Z-Wave devices on it. And those are the kits that we're going out to, never mind a catalog that we have that's growing that gives us many more options to consumers that they can attach to and buy. And so one of the ways that we're working with Sigma is we're trying to understand a way to allow consumers to use the devices that they want to and not necessarily be limited by the catalog that we've acquired for them. And so looking at how we go about doing onboarding, making sure that a Z-Wave compatible device is in fact compatible with our network, so consumers can find a device, interact with the device, and put that device in their home. Because the thing that we're most proud about is we've come out with a service that has a reasonable sub-double digit, right, monthly recurring fee to it, and you can add as many more devices into your home as you want without changing that monthly recurring fee. And then just as we saw on another slide, where we're starting with home monitoring and energy control, the tangential areas that we can go into, those adjacent spaces like home security, like health and wellness, these are naturally adjacent to where we are. More and more devices are going to become available to consumers to bring into their home network. And with the gateway controlling it and using the technologies available like Z-Wave and Wi-Fi and others, we think we're going to be able to create a rich ecosystem that will allow consumers to manage their home, enjoy their life, take their home with them in a way that's not too overwhelming, and enjoy the quality of life that they want to by having this anytime, anywhere, just sense of security about what's going on in their home. So we're very excited. We hope if you live in the Verizon footprint that you will subscribe to this. And as we explore ways to move beyond our current broadband services, we will be. You're welcome.
Verizon is, one of the market creators for this particular solution that, in the end, the consumers will benefit from it. We believe that Verizon will be the catalyst of growing this market very quickly. I want to ask you a couple of questions. How is the new Sigma supporting you in rolling out your business strategy?
Sigma's been a great partner for us. We moved into this area and we looked at who are kind of the market leaders out there, and it didn't take many turns till you ran into Sigma several times. We ran into them by virtue of just their position and other ways that we've done business with Sigma. And particularly in their Z-Wave area. But we also encounter them through other partners who made sure that they brought and said, now you're working with Sigma on this. The other things we're doing, I mentioned around looking at creating a lab certification environment that will allow us to leverage the roadmap that Sigma's working on in terms of building their Z-Wave portfolio, with Sigma's helping us move into the Z-Wave Alliance so that we have a bigger voice to help people understand where we're trying to go, what we're trying to do. So together, we essentially end up shaping an industry around devices that can be connected in the home.
Thanks, Ann. So home control automation has been around for a while. Why now? Why is Verizon rolling the services now?
Yeah, it gets back to the top of the comments. One, IP connectivity, lots of broadband out there. Two is there are devices that are affordable that customers can connect to. And the third is the points of access and the way that the consumer can actually control those devices, whether it's their PC, whether it's their TV, or whether it's their smartphone, and the extension elements of tablets and other things that will come. That to us, along with just our ability to kind of create that wrapper of the user experience, makes the timing absolutely right for us.
So this is clearly a great business opportunity for Verizon. How do you see this business opportunity as it focus on Sigma and the value that we bring to the table?
Yeah, the overall home control product is something that's very important to Verizon on a couple of fronts. One, it enables a brand new revenue stream for us, which is absolutely essential. We believe that when coupled with our broadband service, there's a stickiness that's created so customers will stay with us and enjoy the services. And we think so much of it in terms of discoverability and use that if you go to, when you go to our Verizon.com portal, and today as a residential customer, you see voice, you see internet, you see TV, you will see home controls as a new fourth pillar that we stand up there that's going to allow customers to discover and use this service. Each time that we do this, it is only through making this product richer with new peripherals, with new capabilities, with new elements that we can bring in, and we think our path to achieve that success is through this partnership with Sigma.
Thank you very much, Anna. I really appreciate your time here.
You're most welcome.
And now, back to you, Tim.